Welcome to Wealth Coffee Chats, folks, for your daily live updates. Get the most out of today's episode by participating in the chat. Make sure you ask some questions, be part of the conversation, have a bit of fun, grab a coffee or a tea, take some notes, and get ready to start your day, folks. Quick few housekeeping rules, though. No spamming, no advertising or self-promotion in the chat. That's not on. Be kind and respectful to everyone when participating. And most of all, have a good time. Real estate investing can be your biggest asset. It also can be your most expensive asset when it comes to getting it right or getting it wrong, folks. It can be time-consuming, stressful, and that's why here at Positive, we have what's called a 6-star team, a full-service team that provides integrated wealth and property investing solutions and services simply designed to help you progress towards your goal of passive income through your property portfolio, folks. Make sure you check out our other podcasts on the Positive Mentor Network. Not only is there Wealth Coffee Chats, there's the Urban Property Investor. Drops every Wednesday with straight talking investing strategies and lessons with Sam Saggers. Property Investor Tales. This is where our clients, you guys, share real life stories from property investing, hosted by some of our advisors and strategists. And that's done every fortnight, dropping every Monday. Wealth, Wine and Wisdom, folks, that debriefs the week that was in the world of finance and property, hosted by yours truly, Jason Witten and Andy Fenton on Fridays. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chats. Marvellous Monday. Hope you're well, folks, wherever you are. If you think it's Get Rich Quick, you're in the wrong place. This is the wrong podcast. This is the wrong life for you. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat. Hope you're all awesome and well.
Morning team. Happy 2025. We're back to quickly catch up on some tech. Make sure we've got Wealth Coffee Chat looking all right today. I can see the music's still going, so we'll pause that and get on with the show. But morning to you guys, wherever you're tuning in from this morning. This is Wealth Coffee Chats, Property Management Edition for a Wednesday, 29th of Jan. The month has flown, team. I don't know about you guys, but certainly gone really quick. So as I play around with a few things, there you go. Wealth Coffee Chats, Property Management Wednesdays. Give us a bit of a shout out in the chat, team. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from this morning, how your 2025 is going. Today, I thought we'd talk about rents. My favourite conversation. I don't know about you guys, but I thought we'd chat about rents and look at some data this morning, see what's going on in the world of property management and rents, if that's cool with you guys. So thumbs up in the chat if you guys are with me this morning on that. If you haven't seen me around before, if it's your first time tuning into Wealth Coffee Chats, my name is Cass Sjostedt. I'm here to talk about property management, of course, representing the R&W group, part of the 6-star team, as you saw in the intro. And of course, a bit of a reminder in those intros, always some good podcasts there from the one and only Sam Saggers. So tune into the Urban Property Investor too, if you get a chance as well. So as I said, team, we're going to talk about rents this morning. There's a few of you guys. We're back. Chris is back. Morning to you, mate. Alison as well. Tuning in from Darwin. Staff Bunty's here as well. Morning to you guys. Thanks for tuning in for another property management edition. We'll get this up and running, team. What do you say? Ultimate guide for rents in 2025, because I don't know about you guys, but over the last 18, 24 months, a lot of the conversation that's been out there in the marketplace within the 6-star team, it's been about navigating rent growth. It's been about navigating interest rate rises. It's had a knock-on effect in relation to holding costs for owners. Depending which state you hold your property in, right? There's been a lot of increased compliance, increased legislation, governments meddling with things. Maybe they're not, in your opinion, but there's been a few things for us as investors and property managers for us to, be aware of and navigate through that path. And for the most part, I think we've done pretty well. Of course, we come here every Wednesday to have a chat about, debrief what's going on. Jeff's on a flight to Colombia. Jumpy kicked me. Yeah, good stuff, Jeff. I'll leave that one with you. That's awesome. Alison's jumping in as well. No tenants in one house. Concealed bathroom leak caused mold. Wow, getting trades proving a challenge. Yeah, that's certainly certainly a topic I think I'll write down for some point moving forward over the next few weeks. I think, Alison, trades can be challenging. Are challenging. I'm going through something at the moment. I've got to get some tiles replaced on a balcony, and you'd think something so simple would just fix, but I'm with you there. It's proven a bit of a challenge, that's for sure. So as we get into this ultimate guide in rents team, as I say, we've had some challenging periods of navigation, when I say like holding costs, interest rate rises, compliance legislation, you name it. You guys have been through it. I want to know from you guys, have you found it challenging, or have you found it as business as usual? Because for me, 13 years in the property management industry, I think, yes, they are challenges, but at the same time, we need to understand, it's just kind of, these things are going to happen. You just got to jump through the next hoop, get over the next hurdle. And, it's just about how we get on with it, really. And that's why I say, look, it's probably just business as usual. If you've got the right team around you, you can have some strategies in that place. So I want to share some slides this morning with you guys. Now, this is some information released by my friends at CoreLogic. And I just want to navigate through a couple of slides with you guys, if that's cool. If you guys are with me in regards to, what's happening with the rental market and what we think might happen in 2025. At the end of that, I'll share why I think this is important, because I think what I've learned, especially over the last 24 months, maybe even a bit longer post-COVID, with significant rent growth in most capital cities, even some of the regional parts of Australia, there's been a lot of growth. And for the most part, investors have jumped on that market train and got a few wins, ticked a few boxes there, and life's okay when it comes to, managing their tenancy. I think there are certainly a lot of investors in the marketplace still today who have missed it completely. There's a range of different reasons why they might have missed it. So I want to share some information today to sort of go fact from fear, give you guys the best possible start to 2025. Because what we see here, team, national rent market has well and truly passed the peak of the recent boom, as per CoreLogic's commentary here. Now, does that mean it's going to fall off a cliff and rent's going to go back $100 a week? No, I don't think so. And I'll show you why in a moment. There's just some commentary here. What's actually happening, and what is good to know, is that the pace of national rental growth just continued to slow. Now, there's a few reasons why. I think one of the main reasons the pace of rent growth has slowed down has been the affordability levels of the tenant, right? Rents just kept going up. At some point, affordability became a significant part for them to factor in when it came to, where they were or where they wanted to go in that space. So, you can sort of see here, where is it here? We've had the smallest change in rent in Q4 since 2018. So there has been a significant boom. There has been a significant ride. We spoke about this over the years. I'm pretty sure everyone on this call at the moment has jumped on that and got some wins on the board. So for me, for the most part, that's really great. Nothing to be worried about when we talk about, the boom passing and things like that, right? If you got the win, fantastic. If you didn't get a win in 2022, 23 or 24, maybe we need to have a chat and let's get you a win. Significantly here, what I want to highlight is from CoreLogic, they're showing here some quarterly medium rents, right, as per the capital cities around the country. You'll see Sydney leading the charge, $773 the medium rent when it comes to if you want to live in Sydney, right? So number one spot, nothing has really changed. What is really good to know is that Perth, and my drawing skills are not that great here, team, but hopefully that highlights on your screen there. I think you guys can see Perth there, all right, on your screen. I don't know. Let me know, team. I think I need to remove something. Need to remove that caption. There we go. All right, we're there. So you can see Perth, team, now the second most expensive city in the country when it comes to sort of medium rents, $695 in Perth. And I'm going to show you guys in a minute, Perth was actually the leading city in the country for 2024 when it comes to rent growth, sitting at about 8.1% growth. So bump in the chat for me. Who's got a property in Perth? Hands up, because you've done really well. Hopefully you've increased your rent over the last 12 months. Most affordable cities, right? Hobart, we can see that there. But like I say, Perth jumping to number 2 on the list, just pipping Canberra, followed closely by Brisbane. What I really want to highlight here is, when we look at one of the other major cities here, which is Melbourne, it's just over $600 when it comes to median rent. They still, I'll show you guys in a moment, there was still 4% growth across the Melbourne market when it comes to rent in 2024. But does that signal a massive opportunity in 2025, given the population increasing, given vacancy rates and supply levels? So, bit of a thought there. If you've got a property in Melbourne, maybe 2024 wasn't like a Perth market, but potentially 2025 we see a huge opportunity. So a bit of a thought behind that. When we dig deeper into this stuff, team, you'll see here the vacancy rates across average vacancy rate across the country, just sitting at 1.9%, super low, right? For anyone that's new, we will say a 3% vacancy rate is a balanced market where kind of supply and demand are equal. In this case, obviously, it's well under the 3% mark. So we've got limited supply, we've got a lot of demand. This has been reflected in our January statistics when it comes to our leasing numbers as a team. We operate in Brisbane and Melbourne markets at the moment. I was just looking at this morning, we've got 18 properties available in Melbourne, 700 inquiries off the back of that, and Queensland in Brisbane particularly, 14 properties on the market, we've got 600 inquiries. Now, I dare say if we look at some other property management and leasing groups, they're going to have very similar numbers in terms of higher demand for rental listings in January. Now, January through to about April traditionally has been known to be quite an active rental market for prospective renters, and that's certainly evident now in the data that's coming through and what's happening there. You'll see here national average growth there in rents just sitting at 4.8%. Again, like I said, we highlight the Perth market there, 8.1%. So, like I say, the point of this, guys, is if you've got a property in Perth for the last 12 months, if you didn't see 8% growth, what are you doing about it to go and find out what happened? Where's the opportunity in that space? Sydney, 3%, Melbourne, the bigger markets there, still that 3 to 4% rent growth in 2024. So, some really good signs there again, coming off, double-digit growth from probably the previous 18, 24 months, right? It's been some really good stuff there. You'll see some stuff here around gross yields as well. As prices go up, that might contract a little bit. So, it's about managing this stuff, team, moving forward in 2025. The thing to highlight in this graph here, this is just the annual rent growth, for the capital cities. And I just want to highlight sort of, December 23 to 24. If we highlight that, you'll see for the most part, other than Hobart, I'd say, and Canberra with a bit of a lift in back into 24, that rent growth rate slowing down. As we say, the pace of rental growth has slowed down. Now, it doesn't mean it went backwards, right, team? There was still 3-4% growth in the major capital cities, particularly on the East Coast, obviously Perth being the standout. Does that mean this is going to continue in a downward direction? I don't think so. Why is that? When we look at, supply and demand, I just don't think, this is going to go below that dotted line. That's just my opinion. I don't know about you guys. But, there's some stuff here again, like I say, if I just remove this for a moment, that Melbourne market, sitting at 4%, what does that look like in 2025? I mean, again, you have to look at Brisbane, these sorts of things. There's some pretty good activity and sections there again for 2025. So, last slide, team, and I won't bore you anymore with these slides, but here was some of the commentary from one of the economists there at CoreLogic, Caitlin Ezzy, and she pointed out affordability as a key driver with regards to the pace of growth slowing down. Now, I've been talking about this for at least 12 months. What we are seeing from our perspective with prospective renters, applications as they come through, is the the income to rent ratio is tightening. It's becoming more of a conversation. We used to have a rule of thumb at 30%. Not sure if it's here in this particular article. Commentary, no, it's not. But, I think I read there, it sort of said the income to rent ratios are now sitting at 33%. We're certainly seeing things coming, at 40% plus, right? People need to, budget a bit better, I suppose. People are aware of, cost of living and all that sort of stuff. So they're very mindful, and that obviously slows down the the rents. So, what do we do as investors? Do we just say, no, it's over 30%. I'm not accepting you. I'm moving on. I'm going to try and find someone else. We certainly can take that strategy in 2025. There's no saying you can't. But I do think, given this information, given the data that's on the table, I think we need to, certainly look at it from a case-by-case scenario, judge it on its merits, and work with prospective renters out there, because this is only going to sort of tighten, contract again in 2025, and we need to make sure we're doing the job to our best of our ability. So you can sort of see here, basically, since COVID, a 36.1% national rent growth figure there, equivalent to a rise of $171 per week. It's huge. So, first thought that comes to my mind, don't know about you guys, but, hey, since COVID, have you had a $171 rent increase per week? Yes or no? If you have, fantastic. If you haven't, hey, what does that conversation look like moving forward? So there's some information here. Like she mentions the word affordability again, certainly going to be a factor in 2025, I would say. So, team, when it comes to this sort of stuff in 2025, again, I just want to, let you guys know and share these insights, because it is important to focus on rents and cash flow again in 2025, given the environment. What are you going to do about it? Number one, we can just focus on market rent. What's the market doing compared to where you are at? What about an improvement plan on your property? If your property is 10, 15 plus years old, have you thought about what that improvement plan might be? Have you thought about maybe reinvesting some capital back into the property to maybe get a higher return? There's those sort of strategies. When it comes to leasing campaigns, marketing campaigns, what are your property manager doing? So this is the detail now, team. This is the nitty-gritty stuff of holding the property. But I can certainly say there's probably 1, 2, 3 things, like I say, market reviews, improvement plans, getting your leasing campaigns right with your property manager. These are the things that are going to help you move forward in 2025 and get you on the right path. It's the skill set of your property manager, of course, that, ties it all together. So my question is, what's your relationship with your property manager look like in 2025? That's what I wanted to come here and share. I'll see if you comments in the chat. I might have to catch up on that because I can see the clock running out. But I see the word having buffers were a godsend when struggling to find it. Yes, I should have more coffee this morning. Might be able to read, but yeah, you are right, Chris. I know we went through that experience together, but it's something I think that's very important again in 2025. But I'll leave that with you guys for this morning. So, team, that's me, done and dusted. Caroline is jumping on. Property manager's awesome. Thumbs up. Much love. Thank you. Good stuff, team. All right, I'm going to pause there. That's property management, Wealth Coffee Chats, first episode, done and dusted. Hope that information was helpful. If you want a bit more data in that, team, just Google CoreLogic reports, or let me know. Maybe I'll just flick my email address. I've got a quarterly report that's just released in January, only last week, I believe. If you want to drop me an email there, team, on your screen, I'll send you that report and you guys can have a read of that in your own time. It does highlight some of the most affordable cities and suburb country per capital city. It does go through the most expensive ones as well. A lot of data in there can certainly help you strategize and plan throughout the year. So if you want a copy of that report, hit me up on that email address below, team, and I'll get that out to you guys ASAP. Right, that is it, team. That's me. Goodbye. Don't forget, tomorrow, 8:10 Queensland time, Wealth Coffee Chats is back. I believe part of the 6 team are joining on. So don't miss it. 8:10 tomorrow, team. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for watching another episode of Wealth Coffee Chat, folks. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss a thing when we go live. Improve your portfolio and investing game, folks, with Wealth Coffee Chats live every morning at 8:10 each weekday. Make sure you join us. Previous episodes are also available wherever you get your podcasts, folks, as well as our other podcasts from the 6 team here at positivementor.com.au.